are going to get into your hot read right now. Now, I have a fun stat which I've used forever on this game, but I'm going to let you first tell the crowd kind of what you're doing here, and I can kind of end it after.
Yeah, I'm going to Saturday. We're starting our Saturday holiday games. One of those games is Patrick Mahomes maybe, or Patrick Mahomes watching. I'm going to the other Saturday game, Old Faithful. If you've been listening or following me for a few years, you already know right where I'm going on Steelers-Ravens. I want the underdog, and I want the under. So both hot reads are coming from this game. Steelers plus 6.5, under 46.5 on the game. So both of those numbers are touch below a key number. I don't mind if you want to wait. You might get a +7. You might get the 47. TJ Watt is a question mark, so that could certainly push things that way. Obviously, I would like TJ Watt to play here, but I'm just going to kind of make the case for both these together. So first with the matchup. Mike Tomlin's defense just has answers for Baltimore. I don't know what it is. I can't tell you the football reason, but here's Baltimore's point total the last 8 games against the Steelers. 16, 10, 10, 13, 16, 13, 19, 14. They haven't scored 20 points in any one of those games. This is a team that is putting up monster points. They're just going up and down the field on teams. Pittsburgh has figured out Lamar Jackson somehow. The elite pass rush hasn't figured out. Their pass defense has been even better lately. Baltimore's defense, I think, is a little bit gettable, but the pass defense is improving. Hopefully, Pittsburgh, if you're backing them, gets George Pickens back. I think that's a spot on the deep ball that Russ can maybe hit a couple of the moon balls. Pittsburgh is a pretty big special teams advantage here. Sorry, Justin Tucker, I love you, but it's not happening for you lately. Pittsburgh, those same 8 games against Baltimore, they haven't scored 21 either game either. I'm going to save you reading all the points off, but it's basically the same sort of thing. So that's the rivalry here. Throw everything else out, play the rivalry. Last 9 games, Pittsburgh's won 8 of the 9, but all 9 games are within 1 score. So we're at 6.5 here. That's probably going to stay within 1 score. Please don't be a 7-point game. 6 straight meetings, 34 points combined or below. So that sets up for the under and the Steelers. Now here are my trends. I'm afraid I might going to steal your trend along the way because this is one of my favorites. But under 46.5. Look, the Ravens have been an over team. They're 11-3 to the over. Their games not playing Pittsburgh this year average 55 points a game. They scored 34. No, they didn't score 34. They combined to score 34 in the Pittsburgh game. That's just what happens in this game. I mentioned some of those late season division game trends. Home favorite under 7, 58%. Total in the 40 to 47 range, 56% of the under. Outdoor conditions, 62% of the under. It looks like some wind and possible rain a week away, so we'll see. Mike Tomlin, road unders, 58%. Most profitable coach in BetLab. So that's the case for the under. And you already know, the Steelers plus 6.5. This is your rah-rah Mike Tomlin spot. From week 5 forward as an underdog, 50, 21-1, ATS, 70%. Today was not a rah-rah spot. We talked about that on the Friday podcast. You don't want him coming off of a win. You don't want him on the road as much. You prefer at home. You prefer in the division. This game is a rah-rah spot. In the division, as an underdog week 5 forward, 24-5-1 under Mike Tomlin, 83%. Also, after a loss by 7 or more, it doesn't happen often. Mike Tomlin underdog, 10-1 ATS week 5 forward, covering by more than 10 points a game. This is the spot you want them. Wounded, coming back. Not on the road, you prefer at home, but we can't get everything here. Underdogs in AFC North division games late in the season, 62%. And then here's the stat that you want. You always back the underdog. Tomlin versus Harbaugh, 24-6-3 ATS, 80%, including when the underdog is more than a field goal, 13-1 ATS. If you go all the way back since 2005, either team underdog of more than 3 points, 19-2 against the spread. You always take the underdog in this game, even better when you're getting more points. Look, I think the Ravens are better too. I think the Ravens should finally beat them. I got no matchup stuff for you. In this rivalry, you bet the underdog, you bet the under. If you want to put them together, you go plus 239 on the same game parlay. I'm just going to play them both separate. Steelers plus 6.5, under 46.5.
Yeah, I can see a lot of people looking at this as a teaser game. The other thing I'll tell you is the line's pretty big. Steelers haven't closed above plus 5.5 against Baltimore since 2012. And the line I was going to give you was the final margin In the Steelers-Ravens series since 2020, 277-3-2-3-1-5-4. Since 2015, they've played 19 games, 16 of the 19, final margin of 7 points or less. So